You are fake news.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Damn! No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That's what she said.
Are you sober now?
No, yeah. I'm never, but I'm
These nuts. Got him! Got him!
Give me your fucking money!
You can't handle the truth!
Teacher asked me how I view lesbian relationships. Apparently 1080p full screen HD wasn't the right answer.
Yeah, listen. We fucked up.
1 hour later.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Guys, silly? I'm still gonna send it.
Fucking hell yeah!
Yeah, listen.
Teacher asked me how I view lesbian relationships. Apparently,
you get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker.
What's up, guys? Hopefully the mic's coming in loud and clear. The system's coming in loud and clear. Everybody is on here and everybody's ready to rock and roll. It looks like everything is working well. I mean, everything is working well. So what's up, guys? Episode 40. I'm actually going to celebrate with you guys here, considering that it's episode 40. So first, I will just say, if you guys haven't seen the show, I'm Joshua A. Farmer. I'm here in Clovis, California, and I am your host for tonight's live, where I ask you guys to ask anything on Instagram, Facebook, social media platforms, and you submit your questions, and this is where I respond. So you guys know the drill. So what's up? I already see that you guys are getting spicy. I see you in the comment section. Good for you. You guys know what to do. That's awesome. You guys got this started before I even jumped on at all. So it looks like there's a lot of talk about weather and some flirting happening too, actually. So you guys, thanks for jumping on here. I'll say what's up. Dad's on here. Mom's on here. Always a good night when that's the case. Brody Jade, we got Christy. Mandy, what's up? She was just here getting tattooed, which is cool that she's now on the live at home. So she leaves me she got tattooed all day, and then she leaves me, goes home and watches me then talk about tattooing her all day. Let's see who else is on here. Guys, if you're on here and you're watching, this is a Q&A, so ask me anything. That's the deal. Also, if you're on the comment section and you're not saying, well, if you're watching and not in the comment section, I will block you forever. So say something. At least say what's up. I love when you guys tell me where it is you're watching / calling, listening from. You longtime listeners, no-time callers, what is up? Get on here. Let us know where you are tuning in from. We got Ian on here. Ian, what is up? That is a great way to actually start this off. Tattoos and whiskey. He's saying it's two of his favorite things. Just so happens that this is something we agree with. So Ian, we got to get you on, man. Let's plan it. Let's do it. Reach out, message me, and we will get you back in here. We'll do some tattoos and whiskey. Mom, she's admitting, or she's asking, did it finally stop raining in California? No, not at all. It's this is the craziest weather I've ever seen in this valley, so it's pretty wild. That's probably old comments, guys. I'm just kind of going back and making sure I'm catching up with everybody. Kimmy's on here saying hello. What's up, Kimmy? Thanks for being on here. Justin, you. What's up? Thanks for being on here. Like I said, guys, let us know where you're watching / calling / listening from. Ashley, thank you very much. Thanks for being on here. That deserves a nice little. There we go. Can't go wrong with that. Let's take a look. You guys getting spicy in the comment section. That's awesome. Saying hi to everybody. Heather, what's up? Ian, if I didn't say it already, what's up? Mom is watching from Oregon City. That's rad. And Ian is asking, what are we drinking tonight? So this is how we'll start it off. Before we get to any of the questions, before you guys submit any of the questions here, the topic is going to be tonight. The show is the topic. And also, of course, your guys' Q&A we will answer. But this is episode 40, which is why I'm going to be having one of these. And in a minute, I'll be having one of these. There's nothing like a nice Dr. Pepper and a cigar. The reason I was late, if you guys are wondering, was because I had a soda explode and I had to clean it up. Also, good news. I got some really good news. This is actually, to me, well, it's just very exciting. I have, let's see here, where's this thing popping up? I have somebody in here tonight helping out, a new apprentice, as a matter of fact. You guys are probably wondering, geez, another one? What are you doing here, kid? Well, I'm just fucking rock and rolling. That's what I'm doing. And the new apprentice, I won't tell you guys who she is. I won't introduce her yet because I like to give it time, but I'm just saying it's pretty cool that I have some more help in here. She's fucking awesome. I don't know if she watches this, but you know who you are, and thanks for your help. You're doing great. Keep it up, and maybe you'll make the cut, but I appreciate you either way. So we do have a new apprentice, and she's working hard. Actually, really good news tonight. So we're kind of celebrating. This is episode 40. I'll celebrate the shop, celebrate the show, celebrate you guys being on here, and then we'll get to the Q&A. So Ian's asking what we're drinking. I actually haven't had a glass of this in a while, and this is Lineage from Texas Single Malt Whiskey. So if you guys read the actual thumbnail for this video, you will know that it was spelt whiskey. Do you guys know the difference? Actually, Ian, you can't answer this, but do you guys know the difference between whiskey and whiskey? Meaning whiskey with a EY or whiskey with just a Y. Do you guys know the difference? Ian, this excludes you because I already know that you know. Ashley saying that the reception sucks in Sedona. I apologize, but at least you're here, so that's awesome. So Ian, that's what we're drinking. Let's see here. Heather, stayed up. You're in Texas, so I get it. It's what, like a 4-hour difference in time or something. I'm maybe off, but glad you're on here. Glad you're staying up to watch this. Let's go here. Christy said, I noticed though it was fit to fit the page. Yes, Brody Jade, you can answer if you so inclined. Christy's saying whiskey. So yeah, what is the difference between whiskey with EY or whiskey with a Y? Because tonight we have whiskey with a Y, and it's actually a little bit what's the word? It's kind of cheating because this is from Texas, so far as I know. This is Balcones Lineage Texas Single Malt Whiskey, pot distilled, 40%, the original Texas whiskey. So what makes it a whiskey? And I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of cheating, but let's see what you guys say. Heather's admitting it's almost 10. Damn. So yeah, it's 7:48 here, so must be 9:48 there. So 3 hours difference. Not too big of a deal, but thanks for being on here. So this being episode 40, I'm going to have a drink with you guys. You guys can ask whatever you want, and we're going to go ahead and pour us a glass. You can't see this. It's off camera, so let's go ahead and just do this officially. A nice healthy finger or two, whatever, no big deal. This is kind of the bottom of the barrel, which I usually appreciate, to be honest with you. It's always cool when you get to finish off a bottle. So let's see if you guys know what the whiskey was. And I'll get straight into the first question. I have not had a chance today to go over these. Oftentimes when I do this show, it is literally me halting for a second to just take a moment and have something to drink, something to snack on, maybe, and then get to you guys. So I haven't even had a chance to look over the questions. I usually don't. But let's find out what you guys asked, and we'll get into that right now, what you guys also ask questions here online, and that's what this is for. By the way, guys, episode 40, how many of you have watched, just out of curiosity, and be honest, maybe nobody, how many of you watched every episode, or at least parts of every episode, or have at least joined us live for every episode? I would like to know that. That'd be kind of cool. I know Ian hasn't, because Ian is pretty faithful, but he also gets sick time to time last year and ditches us, but it's all good. Okay. Ian says he'll answer if nobody else does. Go for it. Heather is asking, where's it made? This was Texas. This is distilled and bottled by Balcones Distilling, Waco, Texas. So technically, it's not a whiskey, but it is a single malt, so it's calling it a whiskey. This is not, well, people get a little bit stingy with it, and I get it, but what is the difference between whiskey with a Y or an EY? Someone will answer that for us. So cheers to you guys. Oh, that's good. Nice long day. You guys are seeing this live. Just me relaxing for the first time since 6 o'clock this morning. Okay, so now I'm going over these questions. I'm going to get to the first one. I just can't help. This is cool. Tonight's going to be a good night. You guys should definitely stick around for these questions. Mom, you don't have to plug your ears, but you probably already know what some of them are going to be. Yeah, I don't want to get too pompous, but anyway, we'll get into the first one. This one's a little bit deep and very interesting. This is very personal. I just said, ask me anything, right? That's usually what I do. And you guys just go straight for the heart, man. And I appreciate it. So thank you, but we'll get into it. So let's do that. Oh, Heather. Okay. Sorry, Heather. She's asking not just where it was made, but if that was the difference. Yes, that is the difference. Where it's made. For it to be a whiskey with a Y, it's going to be very specifically made Scotland. It's going to be a whiskey, Scotch. And if it's an EY, it's American made, or at least not made in Scotland, or at least not distilled properly the way that they regulate it for it to be considered a Scotch. So Scotch, whiskey, and then you have bourbons and ryes and other things made in America. So the EY or the Y just distinguishes where it was made and what country it was made. Kimmy said that, so she definitely got it right. You answered that before we got into it. Justin Yu said, I didn't even know you existed until my first class with you 2 weeks ago. That's awesome. Is it Justine? Sorry if I'm getting it totally wrong. Let's see, Justine with, yeah, I love the little emoji or cat. So remind me who you are, because it's just an icon. I don't know who you are, but thanks for coming to the class. And fill us in, because I've been letting everybody know for all these classes. I'm sorry, for all these lives, I've been getting everybody kept up and notified with and updated with classes and how they're going. Let's see here. Dad's on here saying he might have missed a couple, but he, for the most part, he's pretty faithful and true. Thanks, Dad. Love you. Let's see here. Let's go here. Natalie, thanks for jumping on here. I see you. She's saying she's seen all the episodes. That's fucking rad. I appreciate you for that. You know what's cool? I started the night off right to talk to you guys, and was in a hurry. I don't even know what I'm smoking. I actually haven't even looked. I mean, I've looked at everything. Obviously know what's in my humidor, but I haven't seen what this is yet. It's at 1844. It's probably when the company was made, but this is H. Upman Anejo, 1844. And it's rich, I will tell you that right now, which is why I have me old sugar with me. So I'm doing it right. Okay. By the way, if you guys didn't know, I can bring callers on here if you haven't seen that before. So I will be doing that soon. Some of you watching will also be those callers. So what's up? Actually, Ian, this would be cool to do with you sometime too. So we'll get that going too. Lazy Girl 1624 is on here saying, hi, Josh. What's up, Lazy Girl? I have no idea who you are because your icon is just an eye. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly who you are, but thanks for being on here. You can let us know. Lazy Girl says, I'm new to this YouTube thing and didn't know you smoked. I don't consider it smoking. I do smoke, but I don't smoke anything else besides cigars. And it's on occasion. It's like celebratory or at the end of the week. Celebratory? It sounds like celebratory. So anyway. Dan Beers just jumped on. What's up? Thanks for being on here. Lazy Girl saying, it's Carissa. Okay, I know a few Carissas. Lazy Girl 1624. I'm hoping you're the Nightmare Before Christmas Carissa, but I could be wrong. Sorry if you're not. Mandy, thanks for being on here. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for getting spicy. Guys, ask questions too if you want to get into it. We're going to get into some of the questions now. And Mackenzie, also thanks for being on here. You were in our class. If you guys don't know, I have classes usually at least a few times a month. And I'm just teaching about the tattoo industry to young people, really anybody who wants to, who's interested and doesn't know much about it or just wants a different perspective or is maybe interested in joining. I've actually met a lot of really cool people through these classes. So Justin, maybe I'm not sure if I'm doing that right, but you're saying it's Mackenzie. You know my mom. What's up, Mackenzie? Now we know who you are. So thanks for jumping on. Let's see here. Yep. So Lazy Girl, I got it right. How cool is that? I feel like I should, at this point, I feel like I should get some accolades. I got it right just by no details other than your first name. So I'm glad I got it. So guys, we're going to get into the first spicy comment, or I'm sorry, question. I said, ask me anything on Instagram, and this is your responses. Carissa, you're on here. Thank you. You're actually the first person to ask a question, so we're going to read that right now. So thanks for being here and also asking. This will be interesting. This is going to be really interesting. Okay, so Carissa says, do you think you will ever love again? It's a very interesting question. Do you think you'll ever love again? It's a very personal question. I'm glad to say I'm in a place in my life where I can actually not shy away from such a question. So it feels good to be able to say this. So the first question, do you think you will ever love again? Carissa, to be honest with you, with everything I've learned in my life, this is going right Dr. Phil right away. With everything I've learned in my life and everything I have experienced, I will say this. Of course I will love again. I have loved again. I love all the time, and I've experienced love a lot. I have a lot of the people on here actually that love me and that, I experience love from. I know you're probably asking romantically, but I actually don't think the only difference, I don't think there's a difference between any kind of love. There's not like this kind of love and this love is just that. It's just simply love. Not that it's a small thing, but yes, I will love again. Of course, I love all the time. And I actually love more today than I ever have before. With the things I've experienced in life, it's taught me a lot, and I love more now than ever. In terms of being romantic, I think the only difference between romantic love and love to a family member or friend or a brother or sister is just simply passion, desire, or attraction. That is a different story. So I know that's probably what you're asking is, will you ever love again in a romantic way? Who fucking knows? But I definitely find myself just really experiencing life. This is kind of a non-answer. But I just find myself experiencing life as full as I can, with as much love as I can, without putting too much of a title or a label on it, and just experience, man. So yes, I'll love again. I love often. I love all the time, and I love more today than ever. A lot of the people that I love are on here. Matter of fact, I've found lots of new people to love in the recent years, especially opening my business. I've met some really fucking rad people, and I've gotten closer to even some previously really rad people I've already known. So it's been wonderful. If you have any further questions you want to know more, you can absolutely get more specific. That's fine. If that didn't answer it, I'll do my best. Let's see. So I'm trying to keep up with your guys' comments. Here's a good one. Dan Beer says, what was the first tattoo you got, and what was the inspiration behind it? That's a great question. So the first tattoo I've got. So let's go with the first tattoo I had in a tattoo shop. It's actually on my leg. I just turned 18. It was literally my 18th birthday. I drove downtown Portland in my 78 Trans Am. This already gets really cool. This already sounds fucking rad. So 18th birthday. I had already quit school. I was already working full time. I already had my own money, had a car, and I drove downtown Portland in Oregon. And I Went to I don't even remember, actually. That's actually kind of crazy. What shop did I go to? I don't remember what shop I went to, but I got my first tattoo on my leg. It's a rose. Cliche, I get it, but it's a rose with a banner underneath that says alone. And it just kind of reminded me that in this life, I really do think to a large degree, even though we have people, and we just talked about love, you'll always be alone. You'll enter it essentially as soon as you leave the womb, you're alone. As soon as you die and you're gone, you're alone. And in between it, even though you battle a lot with other people and share this life, still very much you are on your own. And I've always resonated with that in a deep way because it's like, get comfy with it. Saying be miserable and alienate yourself, but I got the word alone tattooed on me by Rose, so that's the meaning behind it. And that's the story. So kind of fun. And thank you for asking, Dambria. Justine UWU said, I'm proud of you. You have grown greatly. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. Kimmy says, great answer. Dambria, thanks for the support and love. That's awesome. Natalie, this is perfect. Short and easy, sweet way to say it. You have yet to meet everyone you will love. That is facts. So actually, you know what? I really think that 100% deserves. So I totally agree. That's fucking rad. And Lazy Girl, thank you. I appreciate that. So very much thanks for your question. I definitely appreciate it. So we'll get to the next one. And again, you guys can further ask questions here as well. Now, these are going to get even better. So the first one is, do you think you'll ever love again? And the answer is, of course. You know what? Since you guys are loyal, this is number 40. I'm smoking a cigar. I got my whiskey, got my drink, got you guys. I will also say this. Will I ever love again? I know what you mean. And I dodged it a little because I'm being honest that I say, of course, I'll love a lot. And I love in new ways now that my heart's opened up in a way that I can love people in many other ways. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be, I mean, it might sound weird, but even professionally, I can, love people. I can fall in love with people because of who they are, and it doesn't have to involve romance. But in terms of romance, this is kind of fair to do. I know what you're speaking of. I know what you're referring to, and I can tell you this. There's no way I will ever love again the way I've done in the past with somebody that meant the world to me, because that was a love I had for that person. The love I will have for somebody new in the future, in whatever way that is, will be new. And I can allow myself to experience that because it doesn't have to take away or diminish anything I've had in the past, which took me, 8 years, almost 9 years for me to figure out. So I'm glad we're all here, and I'm glad you guys asked this question. Thank you. This is pretty good. So Jennifer's asking a really great question. Before I get to that, because that's a good one, I'm going to actually go to one of the questions on Instagram. This is a good one, and it follows up with another good one. This one says, "Are you single?" ? Smiley face. Well, here, let me just.
That's why I managed to stay single this whole time,
So, yes, thank you for asking that on Instagram. Are you single? I am very much single. But thank you for asking. That's flattering. The next one I will get to before I get to yours, Jennifer. Thanks for asking this question live on the stream. The next one, I won't say who this is from, but thanks for asking. Marry me, ? JK, LOL. Well, it's just a joke, so I guess it's not a question. But she said, marry me, ? I have no idea necessarily who you are. We haven't met, but marry me, ? I guess it's a joke, so funny, haha. Cute, guys, thanks. Whatever. Make me blush on camera, guys. This is awesome. Let's get into this question. This is a good one. This is going to get kind of deep. Let's go here. Jennifer is asking, do you believe in monogamy? First answer is absolutely. Of course, it's absolutely possible. I'm gonna read like a Webster's dictionary version of what this means, because this is going to be specific to relationships. Monogamy is a relationship with only one partner at a time rather than multiple partners. A monogamous relationship can be sexual or emotional. Okay. It can be sexual or emotional, but it's usually both. So, do you believe in monogamy? I think that it's a great idea. But if not being monogamous means to be emotional or sexual with other people whilst being in a relationship with somebody else, I think is to a large degree, whether it's from just whether it's romantic or physical or emotional, I don't think it's possible for us as humans to go through this life without feeling that towards other people. So in a sense, no, I don't believe in monogamy in a classic sense, but I do think that it's possible for two people to, I think it's possible. I just don't think it's likely. I don't think it's often. You could tell me what you think about that. Do I think people should commit to each other when in relationships? Yes. And I also think that they should set up the parameters. This is not tattoo talk, but whatever. It's life talk, right? It's good stuff. I think people should set up the parameters. I need a drink before this shit. This is good. I don't think you could cheat on somebody if you've told them what the parameters are in the game you're playing together, or at least the rules in which you set up for each other. It's not cheating if you stick to those rules, whatever they may be for you and your partner. If you say, here's the rules to get that person caught in your relationship web, and you break those rules, then shame on you for inviting somebody in. Even if you didn't think you were going to do this thing, still, it's shame on you for not knowing yourself better and inviting somebody else into something they thought they were getting into, and really it was never actually the thing that they got. So I believe in honesty, way more important to me than monogamy. So we can get into that more if you guys have more questions. Ashley said such a good answer. I'm not sure if it was to this, but that's all good. Danbury is saying getting spicy now. That's right. I dig it. Jennifer, thank you for asking that question. Here we go. Ian is saying, would you prefer infinite life or infinite wealth? That's interesting. That's really interesting. I've never thought about that before. Infinite life or infinite. My first idea is infinite life, because eventually I'll have infinite wealth, because I will know things that most people won't know. So if it's just me getting infinite life and nobody else, or me infinite wealth and nobody else, I would say infinite life, because I think that wealth of wisdom would be way more powerful and useful than infinite wealth. I think that would be corruptive. So that would be my answer. Ian, what's your answer? I want to know yours. Shoot me that. Lenore's on here. What's up? She's saying, hey, sexy. And I'm saying, hey, sexy. What's up? Lazy Girl is asking, what's something on your bucket list you want to do in 2023? I'm going to revisit the mountain that I did not peak or /summit last year on my 40th birthday. So I will return. If you guys followed that journey, I know my mom did. It was very dangerous, very scary, and it was very difficult. Scary meaning it was like it was gnarly. There was points where I'm like, this is fucking dangerous. And I believe I was being stalked by a large animal. So that was also exciting, but I was wielding a sword. So I was okay. I was in a kilt and sword, which I will do again in 2023. I will peak the summit. I will get to the top of Recess Peak. I will do that when I turn 41. So yes, that'll be on my bucket list. That is my only bucket list. Danbury is saying, always set boundaries and have communication. Most definitely. Lazy girl, you said ask anything. Yes, I did. So thank you. Ian says, with infinite life, you can accomplish infinite wealth. I agree. And even if you don't, there's still better things than necessarily infinite wealth. You don't think you need you don't have to be a multimillionaire / billionaire. You definitely don't have to be a billionaire to be wealthy at a high level. I think you can experience the greatness in life my assumption is somewhere between $20,000 and $100,000 a month. To some people that seems outrageous, but it's definitely accomplishable. It's by no means outrageous. It's a very accomplishable thing. I think at that point, if that's your income, I think you're probably doing pretty fucking good. Natalie's saying, I agree. Honesty is key, and it's so important to know thyself. Yes, before you start bringing somebody else into the fucking world, whether it's a relationship or a child or a family, you should probably know your damn self first. Like, test that shit out first. Even better. This is going to be the best question of the night. Dambria, absolutely. Thanks for asking me. You guys know that I love my sound effects, so here we go. She's saying, boxers or briefs? Boxers or briefs? 100% boxers, unless I'm at the gym. Briefs, if I'm wearing gray sweatpants, sweat shorts of any sort, briefs. But the truth is, commando is the way I live my life, unless the situation calls for something else. Any thin pants, I'll go briefs. Brody Jade, you already knew that I was going to say that. So whatever. It is what it is. All right, guys, I'm going to get to the next question. You guys stay spicy in these comments. The next question is a little more serious. It's less, are you single? Less, marry me. Less, will you love again? But thanks for those questions either way. This one is, when will we get the lovely mama and beautiful sis on? Have you tattooed mama? ? That's a great question. Mom and sis are both watching as we speak. And I will let sis answer this for you. When will you get the lovely mama and beautiful sis on? And have you tattooed mama? You know what? I know why you're asking this. Have I tattooed mama? I'm going to let my sister answer her question because it's kind of directed to her. And I'll let my mom answer. This is what's cool about having your family on. Go ahead and answer that, sis. When will I get you on here? And mom, have I tattooed you? I'm gonna let you guys answer this. So this will be for you guys. I'll wait. Anyway, Commando. Ashley is agreeing. Commando is the way to go. 100%. Okay, so I'll let my mom answer those questions. We'll get to the next ones. These ones are also pretty good. I definitely dig these. These are from Instagram. Do you guys think that I should only post the ability for you guys to ask questions on Instagram and Facebook stories? Or do you think that I should have some sort of like email specifically for questions? Just out of curiosity, would that be inconvenient? Would that be interesting to you? Do you guys think that you would use it? Or is it better just to do Instagram stories? Or maybe all of it, I'm not sure. Do you guys like the way that it's set up now? Basically, I'm asking, how can I improve, guys? Hook me up. Hook me up with any sort of tips you guys may have on your end of how this gets better. Speaking of better, speaking of the low tone, you guys know where I'm going with this since we're doing this now. Linda, if you're out there, if you're watching, it's 8/10, March 1st, 2023. Linda, if you're watching, just you need to know this. I know you're not watching, but and you're definitely not listening. But if anybody wants to tell Linda, you're my favorite. Linda, I love you. If you're out there, if you're somewhere out in this world, Linda, you're amazing and you're my favorite. And I tell you that all the time and you never believe me. That's why I'm on here and I will whisper it forever until you finally get it through your thick skull, Linda. One day you guys will find out who Linda is. Okay, let's see here. Rochelle is saying, I'll see you next week. There we go. You guys got it. We'll see you next week. And Rochelle, we're going to hold her to it. You're saying it, sis, next week, and you have no other choice. You better make it. Okay. Ian is asking a good question. How long of a session do you think we can do next time I'm there? Well, brother, if you want to do some sort of marathon, I'm down. But that's up to you. It's either time, money, or pain tolerance that people run out of. So there you go. That's up to you, bro. We can do it. I'm down and fucking locked and loaded. Lenore, thanks for pointing out the Linda voice. Linda voice will never go away. It's here to stay. Let's see here. Ashley, I like this raw live stuff. Get to see your reaction to these questions, which is great. Thank you, and I appreciate you. And guys, I appreciate your questions. So keep them shooting. Let's see here. Let's see here. And Dambria, yes, you always ask live. I appreciate it. So here's one of the questions, actually, that was asked on the Insta, on the IG, on the grams, the interwebs, the internets. This is a hard one. I just glancing at this, understanding of the question, this is a difficult one. What is the fondest memory you often still visit? The fondest memory. That's like a huge qualification. But I've said it before on here. I'll say it again. The first one that always comes to mind when people ask that, and I think that's a great question. It's a really great way to inventory how wonderful your life actually has been at points. That is a gift in itself. What's the fondest memory you often still visit? I will explain that to you in detail. It's very simple, and I will tell you now. I don't want this thing to go out, so this is about the time I usually talk too much and let my stogie burn out. Speaking of stogies, my cousin Dan, what's up, Mr. McNeil? You need to be on here. He's probably not even watching this now. He's a little ahead in the time schedule, being out in the Pacific. But it would be cool, Dan, if we did this live soon, actually. We've done it before in the past, doing a live cigar session. So to the answer to the question, what is the fondest memory you often still visit? It's definitely family. That's a great question. So the fondest memory I often still visit, and it is absolutely my favorite memory, 100% is laying in bed with my lady next to me, fast asleep, snoring like she used to do. My dog's at the foot of the bed, which I definitely didn't enjoy, but now that they're gone, I miss them and appreciate them for all the stinkiness and annoyingness that they had, and their paws pushed into my rib cage and taking up the whole foot of the bed. Being a tall guy, I need all that space. So my lady next to me snoring, my kids at the foot of the bed snoring. I'm sorry, my dog's kind of kids at the foot of the bed snoring. My kids in their room, just kissed them all goodnight. This is a real actual moment. I kissed them all goodnight. The car is packed and ready. We're about to go on a vacation to travel. My sister was sleeping in the house, I believe in the living room, and nice and cozy. And we are off to the races to visit a national park and spend one of the best weekends we had ever had together. And everybody was safe and sound. I got to go to bed last. It was about 11 o'clock. And I realized I'm a dad. I'm a partner. I'm a lover. I'm a dog father. I felt successful in that very moment. Everybody's provided for and protected. And we were going on an adventure the next morning. I tucked everybody in, locked all the doors, and laid down and just realized how fucking lucky I was. And I remember thinking to myself, this is such a good memory, but I remember thinking to myself, I would go on stage at that very moment and argue anybody till the end of time that I was absolutely 100%, without a shadow of any doubt, arguably the luckiest man in the world, 100%. So that's it. That's my memory. So thank you for asking. Let's see here. Heather says, include it in a weekly newsletter to email subscribers. Fucking perfect. You know what? That's actually really, really smart. Heather, so I don't forget that. Can you do me a favor? Actually, you know what? No, you don't have to message me that. I think we'll just take care of that here. So that's a great idea. So Q&A. Glad you guys can't see my handwriting. Weekly newsletter. That's perfect. Questions submitted. That's genius. And why I haven't thought of it, I don't know. Because I do have a weekly newsletter. You guys can sign up to it. And this is going to start happening. Sam, too, I'm going to put you on this. I know you don't watch this, but I'll remind you tomorrow. You're going to send this out weekly. That's perfect. Thank you very much for that, Heather. That was awesome. Rochelle saying, it was such a great trip based off the memory that I just shared. 100%. It was amazing. And Mandy saying she misses Lou. Lou dog was badass. And I miss him too, but he was a perfect dog and he served 100% his life well. So that was awesome. Okay. Before I get to the next question from Instagram, Mom's on here and Mom is asking a question which gets priority. She's saying, what do you do to regroup and relax? Fucking rad question. Love you, Mom. What do I do to regroup and relax? I would say whiskey and a cigar, but it's actually not true. This is just a treat. I will tell you what I do to regroup and relax. And this is the honest truth right now in my life. This is the truth. Here we go. It's going to be a really short response. What do you do to regroup and relax? I go to the gym. I live, my daily schedule is very strict. I'm very much on a schedule. My schedule I've created isn't a prison. It was made to create more freedom. And for freedom for me to do the things I love and want. That being said, to regroup and relax, every once in a while, I will watch a movie with the kids. So that counts. That does not include cigars and whiskey. It's just us time. But the truth is, every single day I regroup and relax. It's about 4 to maybe 5-ish minutes, give or take a little. Never more than 10 for sure. And it's the moment in the shower after the gym that I get to do it's called box breathing. It's a sort of meditative kind of type thing. So I do box breathing for about 4 to 5 minutes at least. And I'm done with the gym. I'm about to go to work and I have this moment where this hot ass water's hitting me. I got nothing else to do. And I take that time to really let that be my moment in the day. The rest of the day is to be of service and to do the things I've set out to do, whether it's to be of service of my goals or others. That's it. That's my time. That exact thing is what I do to regroup and relax. I do it Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday. And it's a meditative shower experience. So it's me standing in the shower, breathing in a meditative way and literally consciously taking that moment and just saying, this is me. This is for me. This is mine. This is for nobody else. Nobody can interrupt me. I'm not looking at my phone. I know it sounds like only a few minutes, but it's very conscious and it's very intentional and it's very, very effective. So that's it. Let's see here. Tequila. That's great. Danbury says, Susan, has Josh gave you a tattoo? Susan, mother, says, no, Danbury, tattoos hurt. My mom, by the way, guys, does have a few tattoos. You should talk her into it when she comes to visit soon. You guys should encourage her to get tattooed by me. Mom needs a tattoo by me. I mean, come on, let's be real. Landy saying spicy. What's up, Landy? Thanks for being on here. Definitely spicy. Landy, I am so sorry that you missed the class last weekend. It was great. It was actually really good. And the art class that we did afterwards is what you'll regret missing, but you should come to the next one. Lenore says, tequila and tacos for me. It's great. Just do this. Danbury says, sure, that's what we'll call it, huh? Yeah, I know what you're getting at, but it is. It's my time in the shower. Leave me alone. All right, next question. Here we go. This is coming from Instagram, and it is, what is the next portrait you really want to do? Also a good question, because if you guys didn't know, I'm obsessed with realism and portraits. If I could just tattoo portraits every single day, I would fucking be pumped. So, what is the next portrait you really want to do? You know, if I could do a couple more of Jim Carrey, I'd be pretty pumped. But if I could do any one right now off the top of my head, which is also one I want to get, is Ernest from Ernest, well, all those episodes. And it's Jim Varney. So a Jim Varney tattoo as Ernest. That's it. So if you guys know anybody, fucking send him my way. Hook me up. Okay, let's go here. Natalie saying, damn shower. Jennifer, great. Now we're all thinking about you in the shower. Well, I hope not all of us. Let's see here. Rochelle says she only has one, I think, a clover and dad's name. Yeah, I think she has two, actually. I could be wrong. Mom, am I wrong? You have two. I believe my mom has two tattoos. Danbury, a good one. I'm not going to bring that up, but good one. And Landy's saying she's definitely going to the next one. She's talking about the classes. You should not miss it. Let's see. Mom says, I remember when he kicked me out of the bathroom when he was 6 years old. I was kind of sad. Well, you know, I don't want to make you feel bad, but it took Evan till he was like, I believe 13 to finally do that to me. So, yeah, we're, I guess, both in the same boat now. I like Rochelle's response here. My sis is saying, our grandma got her first tattoo in her 60s, a butterfly on the back of her neck. That's pretty cool. Also, grandma should come get tattooed by me, 100%. All right, guys, I'm going to get to the next question. By the way, if you guys want a portrait, I'm your fucking man. If you want Jim Varney, a.k.a. Ernest P. Worrell, come to me. I'm your man. Here's another one, and it's actually a perfect follow-up. It says, what are some portraits you have saved that you'd love to do? Batman. So this is being asked on Instagram. What portraits do you have saved that you would love to do? 100% Batman. There's also one that's on my bucket list that I don't think anybody's going to want. Maybe one day it's some random person. I'll tell you who it is or what it is. So, there's this portrait I saved of this super old lady. And when I say super old, it's just her face, her wrinkles literally have wrinkles. She'll have like a wrinkle across her face, and in that wrinkle, there's like hash marks sort of going opposing ways. So this lady's face is just I don't know what the age so much that you can't help but imagine that it's seen some shit in life. She looks 100. I don't know disrespect, but she looks very old, and I don't know who she is. I found it on the internet years ago, and I just thought that her eyes and the way it captures this sort of story in her face is something I've always wanted to do. I have it saved. But I don't think anybody's going to say yes to it. Who knows? Maybe I'll put it on my Instagram soon. You guys can see it. And if there's any takers, that would be awesome. Let's see here. Cable Guy 69. Cool name. Do you have to have happiness to have success? Cable Guy 69. No. That's my absolute 100% definitive answer. Do you have to have happiness to have success? No, not at all. And I know you guys probably disagree with me, but I'll explain it. Okay. By the way, Mom's saying that her tattoo is a 4-leaf clover with David on my ankle. I thought you also had a toe. I could be wrong. Or, oh, you wanted a toe. Mom wants a toe tattoo. I do remember this now. So Mom has one tattoo, and next time she visits, you're getting one by me. We'll hook you up, Mama. I like Cable Guy's question. Do you have to have happiness to have success? I'll tell you why the answer is no. I think the answer is no because success is a byproduct. I'm sorry. Happiness is a byproduct of success. I guess you can get semantic here and say that success is a byproduct of happiness. I don't agree. I think happiness is a feeling that comes and goes. Success is something you achieve. Like, I'm a successful parent. I'm a successful tattoo artist. A successful 40-year-old man who hasn't let himself, turn to shit, and still very physically capable and plan on being well into my older years. Does that bring me happiness? Yeah, time to time. It feels great. But I don't think that happiness should ever be the target. Honestly, I think everybody's chasing happiness like they're chasing food and sugar and, the weekend. That's just all, to me, it's just empty shit. I think happiness is a byproduct of doing the right thing. You'll be blessed with happiness when you're on the right path in your life. Success, though, is, I think, when you are on the path to succeeding at the things in which you've set out to do, and happiness will come from it eventually, but it's not necessary for the success to happen. I think too many people get hung up on happiness. I would much rather have respect than happiness. I'd much rather have a stoic mindset and being. I would rather have my 4 minutes in the shower out of a super busy day and a very productive lifestyle. I'd rather have that 4 or 5 minutes in the shower of, meditative breathing all to my fucking self after I've done a really fucking hard, like today was a really fucking hard. If you guys saw my Instagram, you would know. I posted a picture of some of the weights. I didn't count the weights. I just kept adding until I couldn't carry anymore. It was 2 45s on each side and a 35 on each side, whatever that is. And I was farmer carrying it for probably 20 yards. And I did that back and forth until I just couldn't anymore. Shit was hard, man. It made me want to puke. And that didn't bring me, I wasn't happy, but it felt better than happiness, to be honest with you. So I'd rather look for peace, stoicism, and respect in life than happiness is. Happiness is like a sunset. It happens time to time. You get to enjoy it. Cool, great. It's awesome. It's wonderful. There's nothing wrong with it. But you can't stay there, man. There's more things in life, especially as a man, that mean way more to me than happiness. I might sound grim to you guys, but it doesn't at all to me. I feel freed from understanding that happiness is not my goal, and that success and being on the path that I've set out for myself matters way more to me. Doing really hard shit and succeeding, sometimes failing at it because I set my goals high enough that they're time to time not completely achievable. If you're setting goals so low that they're achievable, then it's not really a fucking goal. I can't let that happen. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let's go here. I'm going to fix this. 1 second. Hang on with me, guys. Let's do this. We can't let this disappear. Let's do this. 1 second, guys. I'm going to fix this camera. See, in the meantime, we'll do the backup camera, but this camera here, time to time, does shut off. It hasn't done this actually to me in a while. Let's see if we can get this thing back on. Bear with me. It's never actually done this to me before. Let's see here. This is weird. You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to do some behind the scenes stuff, guys. I'm going to see if I can get this camera back on. Okay, guys, I'm back. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's try it. There we go. I don't know how long this is going to last, but we'll get this camera back up. That's why I have this backup camera. This is actually really cool, just in case I need it. But this is the better camera, so hopefully this all is corrected. So, guys, thanks for hanging in there. I didn't mean to leave you for too long. I want to go back to the questions. Sorry for leaving off on the do you have to have happiness to have success rant. Let's go here. Let's go. I'm looking through the comments, making sure I didn't miss anything, guys. Thanks for sticking in here. Rochelle says, what's success without happiness? Good for thought. I would actually say, honestly, my response to that, like I said, is I stick to it. So far in my life, what I found is happiness is not it. Happiness is a fleeting thing. It's temporary. It's rare. It's not your state of mind daily. It's not mine. It's not something I'm interested in. I don't chase happiness. Happiness is a byproduct. It's like a good body. Being attractive is a byproduct of doing hard work in the fucking gym or in life. I don't chase that. That's a byproduct. It's like being a good person and then people like you. I don't want people to like me. I want to be a good person. And guess what fucking happens when you do that? People like you. Happiness is a byproduct, so I don't chase it. Will I get it if I do the right things? Well, I suppose so. Will I reject it? Of course not. But I don't chase it. And it's by no means my goal. I think that's actually a lot of people's fucking problems is so maybe some people have the luxury of chasing happiness. I don't. It's not a luxury I have. I have goals so big that that won't be the path I take to get there. Fulfillment is way more important to me. Mandy's jumping on here saying, I just want to say my arm looks badass. I'm loving it. Good, Mandy. I appreciate that. It is actually coming out really good. Cable guy saying, it's Ryan Edwards. What's up? Yeah, you do need to change that because your profile picture looks like a 20-year-old you, and your name is Cable Guy 69, which is like a really bad dating profile website name sounding thing. Justine saying, I want a tattoo from you and Peach so freaking bad, but I'm so broke. Justine, come in here to our next class, or in the meantime, come in here and talk to me. There's always ways to make money. So yeah. Let's go here. Rochelle said, I'm so lucky that I don't have to search for happiness. I found peace, which leads me to be happy, and I totally agree. I'd rather have peace. I'd rather have respect. Like I said before, there's many other things that are way more important to me than happiness for sure. Okay, so it looks like I'll have to block another person off here because there's always those people. I'm sorry for that, guys. Let's go here. Love some progressive. Heather saying, love some progressive overload. Me too, man. Fuck, doing really hard shit in the fucking gym. God, it's fucking awesome. It's so fucking hard. I wonder if my cigar went out. I took that little break to fix the camera. Old trusty dusty still burning. This thing's actually quite nice. Okay, let's keep going here. Sorry guys for being a little behind. I'm trying to catch up. Christy's saying, sort of like me plowing the driveway felt good. Absolutely. I do. I think satisfaction doesn't always, I just don't think happiness is a thing. I really don't. I think that's important actually for people to understand because I think too many people have been sold that bullshit lie in books and movies and they've got it wrong. They not only got it wrong, but I think they're even saying it to themselves wrong. I don't think people chase happiness and I don't think people want to be happy all day. I think happiness should be like a sunset. It's infrequent. Well, it's consistent, but it's not the meat of the day, if you will. Let's go here. One Mississippi. Ashley, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe I'm missing something. Okay. Mom, he needs Elmo for intermission would be fun. I do need a better intermission. You're right, for sure. Low North, sorry for the intermission. It was just me fixing camera stuff. Battery low. Did you guys see it? I guess it probably displayed that too. So sorry for that. Okay, I'm just going through these comments, making sure I'm not missing too much here. Sorry if I missed something. If you guys asked a question, I missed it. Just ask it again. I like what Kimmy's saying. She said success can also be temporary. I agree. Yeah, for sure. That's what makes it so great. It can all be ripped from you 100%. And sometimes it has nothing to do with you. There's a bigger plan than what we have for ourselves time to time. And it doesn't bend to our will 100%. I definitely agree. Success can be temporary 100%. Let's see here. Heather said, I'm currently in school to become a personal trainer, and the lifestyle has been amazing. That's awesome. There's nothing like doing something that you know makes your life better and benefiting from it and then wanting to give it back. I think it's the most noble thing a person can do. I don't think there's a higher calling a human could possibly have. So she's saying, I'm currently in school to becoming a personal trainer. New lifestyle has been amazing. It's like not having a good parent in life and you grow up to want to be that instead. It's like having a good parent in life and then wanting to grow up to make sure you maintain it. It's like having a tool that made you a better person or helped you along your way and wanting to give it back. A piece of knowledge that made your, that's why we love sharing quotes. Everybody likes sharing quotes because it meant something to you and you get to give it back. That's why quotes are so powerful. Let's see here. Ashley said, I fell in love with the gym, helped through a lot of the last 6 months. Yeah, the gym is awesome. The gym has been a part of human history for a long time, whether it's physically a gym or gymnasium, like in the Roman/Greek era, all the way back to people having physical games that they play. That's always been part of humanity. Lena Reyes says, sometimes happiness is also temporary, where there might be a bigger plan ahead. Happiness is always temporary. I mean, people say, I'm happy. I think they're using the wrong word. I think they're satisfied. They're at peace. They're at rest. They're satisfied. They're stoic, if you will. Happiness is not a state of mind you keep daily. Argue with me if you guys like, respectfully, I mean that. I don't think anybody wants to live their whole life fucking joyously happy and, alert in that sort of sense. Mom says, I'm too busy to be happy. Makes when I have a moment of happiness I enjoy. Makes it that when you have happiness, you enjoy it. And that's true. You guys should be on your fucking mission, man. I'm telling you right now, I learned that from my parents, and Mom, thanks for saying that. I think that's where real life's jewels and gems come. That's where the good shit is. It's not, happiness is a byproduct, 100%. Happiness is not it. Happiness is the thing you get if you are living it. So here we go. Let's see. So the last question, actually. So this is kind of cool. We're getting to the end of it. Not too bad in a 1 hour time frame. Thanks you guys still if you're on here with me. Before I get to this last question, if you guys are watching this, comment. Get into the comment section. What are you doing here? If you're not tell us where you're watching from, where you're calling from, where you're listening from. Are you in your bed? Are you on your couch? Are you on your phone? Are you in your car on break? Do you love your life? Do you hate your life? Are you avoiding somebody and you're just watching this instead? Or maybe you knew this was coming on and you set aside time for this. That would be even better. So anyway, let me know, guys, if you have a question also, and go in here and let me know where you guys are watching from if you haven't already. D'Ambria says, happiness is a choice and I choose it every day. Fuck, I don't know. I think for argument's sake, I think I disagree. I think happiness is a choice. I think doing hard things is a choice. I think doing the things you know you're supposed to every day is a choice. I don't think happiness is a choice. I don't think that if you're doing the wrong thing, if you're living a shitty lifestyle, doing shitty things, I don't think you get to just choose happiness and say, I'm happy. I don't think it works like that. Maybe that's not what you mean, but that's kind of what I read. So I have to respectfully disagree. But I appreciate your input. Oh, and I let this bad boy go out. That's what happens. It's always about this time that this happens. So that's okay. I can relight it. But it's like clockwork. You guys probably have seen it many times. Let's see here. Lolly, thanks for being on here. What's up? I'm going to give you a nice little round of applause. Thanks for being on. I haven't seen you for a little while, so thank you. I appreciate you. Natalie is saying, I love my life. That's awesome. That's another thing you can have. Love. Love is wonderful. And you can love your life. You can love yourself, the life you've been given. You can love your God. You can love your family. You can love your friends and the people that matter to you. And that will bring happiness. I mean, it's not the happiness to seek. That's for sure. Let's see here. Lena, thanks for chiming in and saying, I'm on a break at a damn class and nursing program. Okay, well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Let's see here. I try to get to your guys' comments on here. Sometimes it is a lot coming in on my end. It scrolls really quick, so I try my best, but apologize if I miss it. And there's Rochelle. That's perfect. I love my life, laying next to my daughter and thankful for my home. Yeah, wonderful. I actually would say I would give up feeling happy for feeling thankful. 100% all day long. I'd rather feel thankful. Actually, what's interesting is, yeah, no, I won't get into that, but that's another rabbit hole. But 100%, I think it's way more special. Natalie, that's a good one. She's saying positive attitude is a choice. 100%. That's totally fucking true. So a positive attitude is a choice. You're absolutely right to have a positive outlook. That's true. 100% that's true. I do though think that blah blah blah. I do think that sometimes positivity gets people hung up too, like happiness. They think positive too much, and they should. Well, let me know if you guys want to know more about this, but I would say you should think a little more negatively time to time. This might sound like a downer to you guys, but I'm telling you right now, this will free your fucking mind because we all become slaves to thinking we always have to feel good. I think positivity is a choice to an extent, but I also think sometimes you should let in the pain so you can learn the lesson. Am I wrong? Positivity, positive outlook about that, I guess is kind of what you mean, but I think time to time you 100% need to think negative and let that soak in because your lifestyle fucking sucks. If it does, you should change it if that's true. There we go. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Ashley said she's at work waiting for the next shift to walk in. Thank you, Ashley, for being on here. She's up in the snow. Let's see here. That's awesome. Kimmy says she's looking forward to it every week, making sure dinner and dishes are done so I can enjoy and interact. Kimmy, I fucking love you and thank you for being on here. I definitely appreciate you. And I like when you're on here. It's awesome. Let's see here. Mom saying nurses rock. Thank you for your service. There we go. Lolly saying I just chimed in. What's the discussion? Ask me anything. That's the discussion. If you just chimed in, there was a lot we went over. You can rewatch it another time. Of course, it'll be up on my YouTube channel, but it's a Q&A like always. Ask me anything you like and I will answer it, or at least do my best. My interaction with you guys is always fun. Of course, it's questions on your guys' end and responses on mine, but sometimes it works both ways, so that's cool. Let's see here. Jennifer just jumped on here. What's up? She just said, yay, I made it. Thanks for being on here. Ask away, Jennifer. One of the kindest people I know. So thank you for that, Jennifer. Let's see here. I'm just reading them all. So there's a lot, so sorry if there's pauses. Dalen's on here. What's up? He is asking, is one better than the other when it comes to optimist and pessimist? No, not one is better than the other. It's like night and day. It's opposites, right? Can there be one better than the other? I guess it depends on what you're doing. If you're trying to build something, day might be really useful. If you're trying to sleep, night might be really useful. Optimist and pessimist, positive and negative, light and dark, male or female. It's all the same. They need each other. I love when people say they don't, because it's a stupid argument that, oh, I don't need a man, or I don't need a, well, men don't really say they don't need women. We want women, but women often say that. And people say, I don't need money, or they don't need this, or we fucking need it all, man. Like it's a balance of life. Or at least that's what we're striving for. So I think optimists and pessimists are both useful at different times. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see here. Mom, this is a really good question. Actually, this might be the question of the night. Let's see. I have some noises in here. This is probably gonna be terrible. Yeah, that's terrible. I won't use that again. I just am playing around with the soundboard. Mom's asking a good question. Joshua, what do you do when you physically get tired of tattooing? I figure out, I make a plan of how to not let that happen again. Find out what my rhythm is so that that doesn't happen. If that means pulling back a little on my schedule, scheduling less people, doing smaller appointments, or I'll actually give you some really tactical stuff that I do. What do you do when you get physically tired of tattooing? Take a break for sure. But physically tired is different than mentally tired. My physical body doesn't wear out as fast as my mental energy does. But what the truth is, what I do when I get physically tired of tattooing is I work harder physically on my body and make a tattoo machine and sitting and hunched over feel easy. So if I do hard things like I did this morning, I carried hundreds of pounds across the floor on bars for seemingly no reason, and it made me feel really good about sitting down and being in here all day and making sure I got after it in a very difficult way. Almost puked, but it was good. That makes sitting in here real easy. When I don't do that, it makes sitting in here really hard. The weaker I get and the softer I get in my core and my body, my tree trunks over here and my long limbs, the weaker that gets, the harder it is for me to tattoo. So that's when I physically burn out. But if I stay on top of my shit, honestly, the physical part, I really don't get physically tired too easily. It's really rare unless I'm sick or something. But that's a great question. So I just work harder, but not tattooing. I work harder doing heavy things or hard things or hiking or backpacking or gym. And that makes it really easy to do tattooing. Like I remember construction, like, even growing up with Dad and him taking me to job sites and watching him swing hammer all day. And I grew up to do similar things that he did or that he showed me. And, I'd swing hammer all day and nobody once ever asked me, man, I bet your hand hurts. Man, I bet your back hurts. Man, I bet you're fucking beat and tired. Nobody ever says shit. Construction workers, they're just like, they just fucking kill themselves, whatever, it's expected. But when I'm a tattoo artist, I can't tell you how many times somebody's asked me while I'm tattooing with this little 9-ounce fucking machine, this tiny little thing. I can't tell you how many times people have asked, doesn't your hand hurt? Doesn't that hurt your hand? I'm like, it's fucking 9 ounces. If this hurts my hand, it's because I'm not doing other shit that's harder. And that's my job to make sure I keep up on. Yeah. Actually, another secret, Mom, to that same question is I play guitar. That's one of the things I do to keep my hands from burning out. It actually keeps up the dexterity. Little pro tip. This is good. Literally one of the best parts of my week is tuning into the podcast. Ashley, I fucking appreciate you. That's awesome. That's actually really cool. Thank you for that. Diana, fuck, you guys are awesome, man. What's happening here? This is great. Not a question, but thank you so much for doing the live chats. I enjoy tuning in every Wednesday. Diana, I appreciate you very much. Let's see here. Natalie, I'll try to get to all this, guys. I don't want to skip you, any of you, but you're saying, I agree. I aim negativity towards where it needs to be, like things and people that bring no value and suck life from you. God, that's such a good one. Do you think it's possible, Natalie, out of curiosity, do you think it's possible to be such a formidable force? That's a hard one. Do you think it's possible to be such a formidable force that no longer can people suck the life from you, no matter where you are? Because then you're always kind of at the whim of people because you can't always decide. But do you think that's possible, to be such a force that there's no such thing as energy vampires anymore? Because I have a hunch that that's possible. Most people can't take from you. My cup is so overfull that it means very little. Doesn't mean I'll expose myself to them unnecessarily, but let's see here. I'm going through this again. Guys, I have to skip some of it because there's so much, I can't read it all. I would just be sitting here reading, but thank you for doing this. Ashley said she loves it. My mother's here every time and she interacts, literally the best. You're right. If it was just me and my mom, I would still do this. So Mom, I love you. It's fucking awesome. I've actually had a lot of people say it's really cool. They've told me personally, it's really cool to see the way you and your mom interact. Let's get this thing a little more appropriate. It's really cool to see the way you and your mom interact. Yeah, that's really, I actually had somebody tell me once, and I didn't even realize I do this, but I do fucking love my mom. She's an amazing woman. She's wonderful, and I owe my life to her. So I had somebody one time actually listen to one of these shows and tell me that she'd never heard a man tell their mother they loved them so much, which actually kind of made me a little bit emotional, but because it's sad. I'm glad my mom deserves it, so she did, it's no thing, but I thought that was interesting because to me it's normal. Okay, so let's keep scrolling down here, guys. Again, sorry if I missed some of it. Jennifer is asking, when is your next class? What topics will be covered? My next class will most likely be at the end of this month. If you guys want to know anything about the classes, just go to the website, highsierratattooco.com. For now, that'll be it. There's actually a newsletter. It's a great, I had a great idea earlier that Heather suggested that I actually submit the question. You guys can submit questions through the newsletter emails instead of always doing it on Instagram. I think that would be awesome. But if you go to the newsletter and sign up, you'll get notifications about the classes. So do that on the High Sierra Tattoo Co. website, and then you start there. And then the topics and things will also be changing time to time, but you'll get notified there. Amanda, what's up? You're finally on here. Late due to cooking. Awesome. That's cool. So hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Natalie said, I just asked if your shoulders were hurting Monday. What's interesting is my body hurts all the time, and it's typically not from only tattooing. It's from doing something heavy all day and then sitting like this all day. It kind of tightens up. And so you have to, if you don't hear all that creaking and popping, but you have to kind of open it back up. So that's just something you got to work on. Tattooing can be hard on your body because it's very static. Ashley said your hands carry so much stress, you don't realize it until someone massages them. I think that's true about my whole fucking body. Somebody touches me once in like a blue moon and I'm like, I just kind of lean into it and I feel like a puppy. Landy, yeah, you're asking the same thing. So what about neck, shoulder area? And if you're asking in terms of tattooing, I'm telling you right now, stretching, take care of your body, move it. Be limber, be a limber little fucking dwarf. Move, stretch, stay as healthy as possible, eat as good as possible, move as much as possible, get active, use your body or you use it, or you use your body or you lose it. Everybody knows this, but nobody practices. Most people don't practice this, which is why we have a lot of health problems in this country. It's not because of diseases, actually, it's because of our weakness. But anyway, the neck, shoulder area, stretch. It's all about fucking stretching for me, and it's about lifting heavy, making the area stronger and balanced. So because I work all day, it's a good question for anybody tattooing or wanting to tattoo or starting to tattoo. Your whole day, you hold your arms up in front of you, you lean over and you hunch. That's really, you're not going to avoid it. So you should probably over time start working on the muscles that do the opposite so that you can pull yourself back into alignment. When I don't do that, I'm fucked. When I do that, I am here for the fucking kill. Diana says, you make me want to try a cigar. They are wonderful, 100%. Let's see here. Dambria says, happy 40th, by the way. She means my 40th episode. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're here to fucking rock and roll, and I don't even know what to... There we go. So thanks, guys, for joining me on my 40th episode here. This is pretty fucking rad. It's not over yet. There's plenty of you on here. We're rocking and rolling. It's only been an hour and 16 minutes in. I got some really good advice earlier for the next episode, so that'll be exciting to apply to my email list. If you guys want to subscribe to it, go to highsierratattooco.com, sign up for the email list. All the classes, notifications, events, the Q&A questions will be able to be submitted there as well. This will be a lot of fun, so thank you guys for being on here, and thanks for celebrating with me the 40th episode. Pretty fucking cool. Let's see here. Justine's saying I have to wait 3 to 4 weeks for another class. Yes, it's a very busy month at the moment for me, but there will be another one, and I will love to see you there. Kimmy, good point. I like that. It makes me feel good. You are the same with your kids. The way you tell them you love them and hug them and kiss them is so beautiful. You really have made some amazing people. Yes, I appreciate them dearly. They're the absolute best parts of my life. No doubt, no question. Justine saying literally the only place I feel like I belong. Well, I appreciate you very much, Mackenzie, and I look forward to seeing you in here. Ashley said, I volunteered to give you a massage. I am always open for this, as long as you know what you're doing and you don't make it worse for me the next day. But I do believe you don't live anywhere near, so I don't know if that's possible. But massages are, I have to get them pretty regularly. If you guys want to know a really great massage place, if you walk out my front door, which is just to my left, and you go straight down the aisle here in the complex, there's a couple of Thai ladies right at the end. I know what you're thinking. Get your head out of the gutter. All of these girls are lovely ladies, and they're very professional, and do not mistreat them. They're all wonderful. I don't think any of you would, but I'm just putting it out there. They're wonderful girls, and some of them are quite experienced and very mature ladies. To say it respectfully, they will absolutely change your life. They're wonderful. It's I think it's Jam Ju Marie is how you say it. It's a little bit of a weird word, but you could just look it up. Look up my building right next to us at the very end in the opposite corner. Incredible therapists, if you will. They're wonderful. Diana says, I think it's safe to say that we all would. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true, all of us, but you know what? I'm going to go with it. Yes. Danbury is asking a question. Yes. What spots need a massage? The most, would you say? Are you meaning like through tattooing or like my job or in general, or are you just asking me personal? I'm not sure. So if you can clarify that, like for a tattoo artist, what would be important? I can answer that if you get specific. What spots need massage most? It's a legit question too, because it's healthcare. It definitely is a way for you to take care of who you are and your body and the gift you've been given. Thank you, Mandy, for that very much. I actually really appreciate that. And Rochelle's right. 40 at 40. What's up with that? It's fucking cool. We're doing it, and we're going to keep going. Eventually, we'll be at thousands one day. Mom saying, what are you drinking at the right? This is not root beer, although I wish it was, but it's Dr. Pepper, and it's what I'd love to pair this with. I prefer root beer, but I needed the sugar, and that's all I had. That's why I was late to the show, because I blew up the bottle, and it was spraying everywhere, and I had to clean it up. But in this said glass, some nice Texas whiskey, and that's doing me well. It's babysitting it, but that's how I like to do it. Let's see here. Let's get here. Getting spicy, Landy. Thank you. You guys get spicy. It's cool. Ask me anything. I'd love it. When you jump in here and you guys ask questions, it's fucking fun for me. So thank you. I do believe I have one more question before I get to the rest of what you guys are doing on here. This lady is asking on Instagram, what we should start planning. Oh, it's not a question. It's a statement. We should start planning a leg sleeve. So you on Instagram asking this question. Yes, 100%. Go to highsierratattooco.com. Go to the contact section, fill it out, and we will get back to you and set something up. Consultations first. I am booked out a year, so be patient. Okay. Diana saying, true story. Hold on here. True story. I went in for my consultation and you were down the way getting a massage. Haley said, have a seat. He's down the way getting a happy ending. That's cute. Yeah, happy ending to my week, 100%. Yeah, I definitely go there. Usually once a week, but it probably works out to be once or twice a month at the most, just for timing. Let's see here. Okay, Lenore saying, even if I have company, I log on and they know what I'm logging into your live chat. They know I am logging into your live chat. Well, I appreciate you being here, Lenore. Justine says Henry Weinhard's root beer. Absolutely. I got to work on Henry Weinhard's, whatever you call it, not distillery, but building downtown in Oregon. That was fun with my dad. Let's see here. Here's Dambria saying, you ever have someone ask a question you just wouldn't answer on your live? Yeah, there has been a few people I had to actually block. So anything inappropriate, it's just not, it's like not warranted. So nobody fucking needs that shit. I mean, inappropriate meaning just like straight, just like you could push it pretty far for me, but some people go too far. It's just disrespectful, and I won't tolerate that. But I don't know. I can't really think of, maybe you guys would actually remember better than me. Has there ever been a question you just wouldn't answer on your live? Nobody's ever asked, I don't think, who Linda is, but I wouldn't answer that because that's a secret. And Linda, again, if you're listening, Linda, if you're out there, wherever you are in this world, this cold, cruel, dark world, if you're listening, just know you're my favorite, Linda. It's just true. Brody's asking, have you tattooed Dad? Yes, I've tattooed Dad. Dad's actually tattooed himself. Matter of fact, during a certain period in his life, he actually tattooed his own damn self and didn't necessarily come out the greatest, but I was, growing up looking at him, this big, strong, tough, fucking solid man who treated my mom like a wonderful lady his whole life. I got to watch him with his tattoo on his arm that he gave himself. And it was always inspiring to me just because then I thought, well, tattoos are cool. There's a big, strong man with a cool tattoo. Just assumed I'd always have them. And then eventually, well, look at me now. Now I have plenty, and I have a lot of them. So this is actually pretty exciting. I got to the end of what looks like all of your guys' comments, and I've gotten to all of your guys' questions. Let's see here. So if you guys are just jumping on, and some of you that didn't know, I do these classes. You've probably heard me talk about them a little bit right now. These classes that I do monthly, I don't know how long they'll last, probably forever. I don't know. but for now I'm sticking to them. And it's me. Some people get this wrong. They think they're going to come to these classes and learn how to tattoo. That's not what these classes are for. These classes are for, let's get a little, do something. Let's get personal, guys. Let's do this real quick. Ready? Let's see what this does. You ready? Okay. Don't freak out. Let me go down. So these classes that I do are amazing, and it is not me telling you how to tattoo. It's not necessarily one-on-one tattooing. It is an introduction to tattooing. So it's just me talking to typically younger people. It doesn't have to be, but it ends up being that way, that are eager to learn about the industry, get into it, and see where they fit or if they belong. People that are anywhere from curious to committed. I've met some really wonderful people through these classes. It's been incredibly rewarding, and I appreciate all of you that have came and supported me, or even when I post that there is a class, you sharing it is awesome. These classes are really cool, and it's just me talking about the industry. It's me creating something that I wish I had when I started. Matter of fact, one of the girls that came in tonight that goes to the classes, we've been working together on some projects, and I was talking to her about this, letting her know that all I'm doing is just creating something I wish I had when I was her age. She's 20. She's awesome. She's a really sweet girl, very talented person, and she wants to be a tattoo artist bad. And I actually mentioned to her tonight, I go, do you know how lucky you are to be here? And it has nothing to do with me being egotistical or pompous. I know the reality of it, how lucky she is to have somebody like me that's willing to share and teach her things that she could trust me, she could look up to me, she could rely on me, and use me as a resource. I definitely did not have that. I'm not blaming anybody for it. I'm not saying anybody should have done it. I'm just saying I wish I had it when I was 19, learning to, wanting to tattoo. I was definitely eager and committed, but there was just no resources, at least that I've ever heard of, and nobody extended their hand out to me. So being able to do that has been amazing. So that's what the classes are about, if you guys are wondering. Again, the details can be shared on the website. Eventually, the classes and the courses will have their own website, and that'll be coming soon. You guys are all going to get notified about that. But if you sign up to the newsletter, like I said before, you'll get that information. Lolly has it here perfectly. Thank you for that. She's saying Jam Juri Thai Massage. So that's the place. If you guys look them up, tell them I sent you. They'll treat you right. They're incredible. Let's see here. Let's see. Diana is saying, so question. Whatever happened to that tattoo guy who went way far left on one episode? So I know what you're talking about. I haven't heard from him since. There's been a lot of life events since then. I like to think that he maybe respects the fact that that's the case. And I haven't heard from him. And not only that, but after that episode, if you guys haven't seen it, it was a pretty spicy episode. I knew it would be. I didn't know it was going to go the direction it did, but it was an interesting one. It definitely veered well off the tracks. Veered well off the tracks. What happened to him? I don't know. And I have zero interest or concern, or no mental energy being spent there. Let's see here. Damber said, but you didn't get to the end of the cigar. You're right. At this point, honestly, I end up putting it down until I'm done, just because I end up trying to keep up with you guys and keep rocking and rolling on here. So I have to sometimes let it rest. I think if I had a co-host, which would be really cool, or somebody in the future, or multiple people, or even a caller, that would be nice, because then I could enjoy it a little more. But I definitely whittled her down quite a bit. She was a big bitch, and she's now not. So she's quite petite. Let's go here. Justine, she says, yes, they are so amazing. She's talking about the classes. Thank you for joining them. They made me realize that this is something I want to do in my life. That's fucking wonderful news. Actually, saying that just gives me all the warmth in my heart that I need to keep doing it, because that's wonderful news. And I appreciate you being there. You're a wonderful person and very talented. So I look forward to seeing you again. So thank you for that. Jennifer's also on here saying classes are pretty amazing. Highly recommend attending one at least one. I agree. I actually think if you guys had no interest in tattooing at all, but just wanted to learn something or just come to a cool event, I usually say it's an hour and a half to 2 hours. It typically ends up being longer. But there's a lot to be shared, and there's a lot of wisdom and knowledge and philosophy that's shared through that class. So it's a lot of fun. Let's see here. Diana saying very, very spicy, 100%. So guys, that's it. I've gotten to the end of it. I've answered all the questions. I always appreciate you guys doing this Q&A. Tonight's kind of a special night, being that it's my 40th episode, and you guys are fucking committed, and I can't tell you how much that means to me. I think, yeah, look at this. I'm at the end of my glass. So between you guys' comments, between the responses, the interaction, my parents and sister and father all being on here, you wonderful people, clients, friends, family, all of you guys, all of your insight, all your responses, whether you agree or disagree, this is always super fucking cool for me. I do appreciate it. I plan on doing this for a very long time. I would love to branch out in the future with different episodes, different people, doing interviews, having other artists and people involved, sharing some of this, like I said, news about the classes, news about the shop and what's going on. There's a lot of changes have been happening around here lately. Change isn't always necessarily easy to deal with, or let's say it's not always, it's time to time. It's very challenging, but I always accept it because there's a bigger plan than what I have probably for myself, and whatever gets thrown my way, I will absolutely take it on full force, even if it's not always fun. But there's a lot of changes been going on, and I appreciate all of you in supporting all of this and what we're doing. Dan Beer is asking a legit question. What size hats you wear? Size 8. So that's actually the biggest I've ever heard them going. Sometimes it should be bigger, but I just stretch them out. Size 8, which is kind of inhuman to some degree. Dan is saying, well, good night. Good night to you. Thank you for being on here. Mom saying good night. See you guys for episode 41. That sounds like a big number, but that's awesome. And thank you guys for being here. Everybody's saying good night. So good night to you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Rochelle did say, here's Kim admitting it. See you next week, Rochelle. Rochelle's on here. She's my sister. She's coming on and she's going to join me live as a caller. We can't let her off the hook this time. We're doing this. So let's rock and roll. So that's it, guys. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being on here. Thanks for going on YouTube too, for not just joining me on Facebook all those times, those other episodes, but for now joining me on YouTube. This is where this episode is going to live. I'm not going to be doing Facebook anymore. It's just going to be living here. So I appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for having this time with me. And man, that's it. I could thank you guys literally all night and I would feel bad about it, but truly thank you. And I appreciate you. So Mom, good night. Rochelle, sis, good night. Love you guys. Thanks for being in here. Thanks for rocking and rolling. Thanks for keeping it spicy. Episode 41 is coming soon. Rochelle will be on it. Episode 40 is done and we rock and rolled. So thank you guys. Have a good night. Enjoy. We'll see you next time. Yeah. Peace out.